What's good, guys? Welcome back to the 6 best bets and lock of the week. One of my favorite videos to do every week. You know what's good about today? We're doing it on Wednesday. So the algorithm, let's hope that it helps me, guys. If you guys haven't already, guys, just give me a like. I'm going to tell you my lock of the week streak. We're on a 6-fight lock of the week streak. Zach Reese, Joshua Van by Kiro on points, Mansour Abdul Malik by Kiro on points, Nazim Sadikov, Pantoja, and most recently Bonfim. We're looking to make it 7 in a row. If you guys don't know, my longest lock of the week streak ever, 7 in a row. Then we put it all in the line with Bo Nickel versus RDR. So, funny enough, if we get past this lock of the week streak, we will be in another position where we can break the lock of the week streak with RDR on the card. RDR broke my 7-fight lock of the week streak last time against Bo Nickel. I'm looking to break the 7-fight lock of the week streak and hit 8 lock of the week streak in a row. But first, we cannot do that without talking about this week. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you guys my 6 best bets, my lock of the week, a bonus section, 2 bonuses, and of course a parlay section as well. So here we go. Give me a boost in that algo, baby. Give me a boost in that algo. Here we go. My first most confident pick of the week, baby. Islam Dalatulov, 11-1-0. Set to face off against Adam Fugit. Islam Dalatulov is a minus 620. Adam Fugit plus 400. I know what you guys are saying. Chalky Locky. Islam had a great Dana White Contender Series debut 9 months ago. Islam has a 100% finish rate, making his UFC debut after successful Dana White Contender Series. Fugit is 3-2 in his last 5. Fugit's recent 2 losses are to Michael Morales and Mike Malott. Islam ITD is a play I like, inside the distance by KO or submission, or you guys know me. Right now, the confident pick is going to be Moneyline. At a minus 620, I think he's parlayable, but if you want to get fancy, you could take ITD, Islam by KO or submission, inside the distance. I do think that this guy is going to put a lot of people on the map. Welcome to the UFC, Islam Dalatulov. And when we look at a very close look, we know that he has been training at American Top Team, something that I really like to hear. And as well, Sage Norcutt versus Islam Dalatulov. Who mogs who? You know, a lot of people are talking about how this guy's a model. You know, who's really the model? You know, who's mogging who? And right here, Islam Dalatulov, this guy chose to fight when he could have been a model. So Islam Dalatulov, my first most confident pick of the week. My second most confident pick of the week, baby. Here we go. Let's go. Atiba Gutierrez is 7-1-0. Atiba Gutierrez minus 560 versus Robert Valentin plus 370. But there's value to be made in this fight. Atiba has 6 KOs overall, 1 loss by decision. Atiba had a great Dana White Contender Series debut, and even better UFC debut, knocking out Jose Medina in brutal fashion with that knee up the middle. He is on a 6-fight KO streak, looking to put Valentin to sleep. Valentin has yet to win in the UFC after losing to Ryan Loder and Taurus Finney. Valentin is being fed to the Wolves. Atiba by KO or on points, or even Atiba by straight KO. Atiba by KO is a minus 230. I like it. I think it's parlayable as well. Give me Atiba for the dub. Let's go Atiba. And when we look, you guys know he reminds me of Francis Ngannou as well. He's from the same place. But look at how much sharper he is. Look at how much faster he is. This is a lighter version of Francis Ngannou, very technical as well. I do think that this guy is going to be a problem for his division. Give me Atiba Gutierrez to win. And not only does he have power, guys, he's a technician as well. Jose Medina was kind of emoting. He showed composure, and he threw that knee straight up the middle, and he caught Jose Medina and put his lights out. Something that a lot of people have. Jose Medina was never knocked out before. So the fact that he was able to knock out Jose Medina is a massive, massive milestone. And he's looking cut. He's looking ripped. Let's go Atiba Gutierrez. Let's go. And guys, I just want to show you guys this, guys. Shows Atiba Gutierrez hides his switch with the right hand out of range to catch his opponent slipping into a head kick that sends him into another dimension. Right here. Boom. Boom. Had to show that. Let's go Atiba Gutierrez for the dub. My third most confident pick of the week, baby. My third most confident pick of the week. Let's go. Here we go without further ado. Francisco Prado minus 156. Nikolai Vernatinnikov plus 122. This is a very close fight odds-wise. Prado is only 23 years old, very new to the game, on a 2-fight losing skid, losing to Daniel Zellhuber and most recently Jake Matthews. We just saw Jake Matthews bully Chidin Chukwuani, so no shame into losing to Jake Matthews at all. Excuse me. Nikolai is also on a 2-fight losing skid, losing to Danny Barlow and Austin Vanderford, where Austin Vanderford was making his UFC debut. Nikolai has holes in the wrestling department. Give me Prado moneyline to get the job done. I do think that Prado is very young at only 23 years old, but I like the people that he surrounds himself with. And if you guys know, He's been doing this ever since he was a kid, guys. So give me Francisco Prado to get this job done. Right here, I love the way that this guy breaks it down. Shout out to MMA Racks, guys. Follow him if you guys haven't already. He says, enormous age gap and difference in attrition support. Prado as the favorite. Vernatikov won't be able to avoid a brawl with Prado that would otherwise allow him to make the most of his length. UFC 318 stats. And I think it's going to be a very good night for Francisco Prado. Give me Prado for the dub. I think Prado has very good value as well. Let's go Prado for the dub. My fourth most confident pick of the week, baby. Here we go. Brendan Allen, 24-7-0. And I know that this one's going to be a very tough one, guys. This one's going to be one where we're going to have to work for it. Brendan Allen's going to have to work for it. Brendan Allen's going to have to bring it because we know, unfortunately, Marvin Vettori's brother recently passed. Brendan Allen minus 235. Marvin Vettori plus 180. This is going to be a tough fight for Brendan Allen. This is a rematch. These two fought in the casino and are looking to scrap again. Allen was landing on him in the casino. I think Allen won the fight at the casino, but that doesn't matter. Marvin just lost his brother, so he will bring it. He will bring heart like he always does. And Marvin Vettori has never been finished. He's never been KO'd or submitted in his entire pro career, especially with what has been happening around Marvin. I know Marvin's going to bring it, and may the best man win. I do think that Marvin does have some sort of, power, and he's going to be fighting for something other than just himself on Saturday. So I think Brendan Allen can sometimes gas, but if he can implement his game plan early and control, I think Allen can win this one as well. We know Allen has won 5 rounds against Chris Curtis. He avenged his loss to Chris Curtis. He got knocked out by Chris Curtis and then beat him in the rematch. I do think that Allen sometimes needs the right game plan in order for him to have success. If he does shoot telegraphed, if he gets tired like he did against Nasruddin Imavov, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. He needs to manage that gas tank, and he needs to implement the right game plan. I think if he's training with Bilal, I think he has been working on his cardio. Underrated fight in the prelims between Marvin Vettori and Brendan Allen. These two share some bad blood. Vettori opens up at a significant underdog, with both men riding a 2-fight losing streak. I do think Allen should be able to hang. Give me Allen for the dub. Now we're going to go into my 5th most confident pick of the week, guys. My 5th most confident pick of the week, baby. Here we go. Let's go. Vinicius Oliveira. Vinicius Oliveira, guys. The lock of the week is going to be the 6th most confident pick of the week, guys. Vinicius Oliveira, 22-3-0. Vinicius Oliveira, minus 164. Vinicius Oliveira was a minus 180 2 days ago. There's money coming in on Kyler Phillips. Oliveira minus 164, Kyler Phillips plus 128. Oliveira's 22-3 overall. All of his 3 losses come by knockout. He's lost all 3 times by knockout. Kyler Phillips is 3-2 in his last 5, losing to Julian Paiva and most recently Rob Font. Kyler can sometimes have issues with his gas tank, but Kyler Phillips has looked good against Pedro Munoz, and he showed that he can go 15 if he's fighting at his own pace. Give me Oliveira moneyline to get the job done. I do think that it's a little bit tricky. Feels like the bookies know that something's going on if Oliveira's shrinking that much massively. Maybe they're thinking that Kyler can win a decision. But I do have my boy Oliveira to win this fight, guys. Give me Vinicius Oliveira to win this fight, guys. I think he should be able to win this fight. I really like this footage right here where he's practicing him on the ground. Something we don't really see a lot, guys. We don't see Oliveira on the ground a lot. He's a fantastic striker, but we know that eventually you're going to get put in these scrambles. So give me Oliveira for the dub. Just money line. Let's go, my guy Oliveira. Who's getting the W? Kyler the Matrix Phillips or Vinicius Lockdog Oliveira? I thought that this was a perfect cartoon. It's a great way to describe these two going at it. And then, of course, Kyler Phillips will take on Vinicius Oliveira. I think that these two match up, and it's going to be an absolute banger scrap. May the best man win. Now we're going to go to my lock of the week, baby. Lock of the week, lock of the week, lock of the week. Guess right now in your head what you think the lock of the week is going to be. Take a guess. Here we go without further ado, baby. Lock of the week time, baby. Let's go. Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov is in a tough fight against Paulo Costa. He's 14-3-0. One thing about Roman Kopylov, he's a minus 265. Paulo Costa plus 200. Paulo is a pullout merchant. Paulo has had great performances against Johnny Hendricks, Uriah Hall, and Yoel Romero. His most recent win is Luke Rockhold. Costa is 1-4 out of his last 5, but that does not mean that he's not going to throw the entire kitchen sink at Roman Kopylov. He's coming off of that loss to Sean Strickland by split. Roman Kopylov, on the other hand, is a knockout technician looking to keep this on the feet and has the wrestling in his back pocket. We've seen he learned from his loss against Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. He used the grappling in his next fight against Cesar Almeida. And then he knocked out Chris Curtis in great fashion. Kopylov, to get the job done, I like moneyline. But if you want to get fancy, you could take Kopylov by KO or on points. But I will say, guys, I do like Kopylov moneyline at a minus 265. If you want to get fancy, Kopylov by KO on points, minus 240. I don't think it's worth it, guys. Let's just take the minus 265. Let's not get fancy. Give me Kopylov for the dub to beat Paulo Costa. And when we look at what he's been doing, what he's been working on, guys, he's a technician, guys. He's very fast. And one thing I do have some issues is the body shots, guys. Kopylov was getting tagged up against Chris Curtis. And Costa, if he's coming anywhere near how he looked against Yoel Romero, this guy Costa is going to bring it, and he's going to bring a war. I think that the UFC knows what they're doing, putting this fight up in the main card. I think it's going to be a very good war, and I think Kopylov is going to have to wrestle in his back pocket if he needs it. Give me Kopylov to get the job done. Let's go, my guy, Roman Kopylov. And a nice little parlay that this guy gives you. Shout out to JT Bets. Alexander Usyk, you guys know he's fighting this weekend, and Roman Kopylov money line, and he says that it's plus money. He says 230 euros gives you 429. I believe it's plus money as well. I think it's a very good parlay, guys. Usyk and Kopylov as well. If you want to, get a little bit fancy, I like it. And then the secret juice versus Roman Kopylov. May the best man win. Let's bring it. Now we're going to get into my first bonus, baby. Let's go. First bonus, baby. My bad. It's the pollen. First bonus. Here we go. Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. We're going to do the over 2.5. The first bonus, we know Dan Ige, Patricio Pitbull is going to be a very tough fight. It's going to be a very good fight. When we look at it, Dan Ige minus 215, Patricio Pitbull plus 164. Throw that out the window. Let's go with the over 2.5 as the bonus. You guys know with the bonus, you guys get to choose the over or the under 2.5. In this case, it's the over 2.5 at a minus 260. I think both of these guys are very durable. Both of these guys are very tough. And I will say maybe Patricio Pitbull's a little bit chinny. We know Dan Ige did get that knockout against Sean Woodson. A little bit of an early stoppage, but Pitbull was eating those shots against Yair Rodriguez. I know Yair doesn't have that much power, but those blast body kicks can hurt anybody. And the fact that Pitbull was able to survive in his UFC debut, I think he's going to bring it. May the best man win. I think this fight goes the distance. Give me the over 2.5. I think this fight goes 10. I think it goes 12.5 minutes, guys, into the fight. Let's go over 2.5 at a minus 260. If you want the under 2.5, take it out of plus 190. Give me the over 2.5 as the first bonus at a minus 260. Now we're going to go into the second bonus. Then we got the parlay time, so let's go. Here we go. The second bonus is the over 4.5, guys. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. We know that the odds are very close. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway minus 132. Dustin Poirier plus 104. Throw that out the window. Let's go with the over 4.5. Over 4.5 minus 158. Under 4.5 plus 124. The first time that these two fought, it was a 3-round fight. Did not go the distance. Max got submitted. Second time, it went the distance, but it was very, very close because Max Holloway was getting rocked, and it was a very close fight, competitive fight, very good back and forth. I did have it 3-2, but obviously the judges had it 4-1 as well for Dustin. I think this fight goes over 4.5. That's 5, 10, 15. That's basically 22.5 minutes. Does this fight go 22.5 minutes? I do think that it does. I think that this fight's going to go 22.5 minutes. It's going to be a very close fight, very competitive fight. Obviously, with the over, under, it's the bonus you guys get to choose. Over 4.5 minus 158, under 4.5 plus 124. Some things that could crash the over 4.5 is Dustin knocking out Max Holloway, considering he got knocked out by Ilia Topuria, or some kind of fluke injury, some doctor stoppage of some cut that goes up the middle, maybe Max Holloway or maybe Dustin or something, some injury. So obviously the 4.5 has a risk, but I do think if Dustin's going to ride off into the sunset, he's going to ride off with a bang. May the best man win. I think the over 4.5 is perfect at a minus 158. Let's go. Now we're going to get into the parlay time. Parlay section. I got a parlay section. Let me know if you guys like this little segment, guys. Here we go. If you guys haven't, just drop a like. We're going to get into the parlay section. First parlay. Obviously, as we get more down, it gets more and more confident. But this week, I was playing a little bit more conservative because I feel like this is how I make the most money. First parlay, Kevin Holland plus Vinicius Oliveira, minus 108. I know you're paying a little bit of price. You're not getting that plus money, but I do think that this is a very good parlay, and I like it. I like it a lot. Next parlay, over 4.5 main event, Roman Kopylov and the over 2.5 Dan Ige Pitbull fight plus 211. You get a little bit more juice, and you can sprinkle a little bit. You don't have to go too crazy. You can even add another leg if you want. You can add 2 more if you want. This is a parlay that I really like. I already gave you the half. You can add another 3 if you want. I like this one for plus 211. I think it hits. Next parlay, Islam Dalatulov, Dan Ige, and Vinicius Oliveira, all money line, plus 173. I know it's a 3-legged. We should normally get more plus money, but guys, these guys are pretty big favorites. Islam is a massive favorite. Maybe we can take him ITD, you know, get a little bit fancy. But for now, I like this 3-leg for plus 173. Let's go. You guys know my Friday video. I'll give you guys my best bets and the last minute prediction video, which we're going to do on Friday. I cannot wait for that video. Next parlay, Carly Judas moneyline, Bruno by KO on points. Obviously, you know, I saw something that, you know, Bruno by KO or submission, you know, Bruno ITD. But I took Bruno by KO on points for a little bit more value. Obviously, we're risking it. Atabak by KO. So, Carly Judas, Bruno by KO on points, and Atabak by KO. 3-leg plus 205. I think that's what we're talking about. Let's go. I like that parlay. Next parlay, Francisco Prato and Atabak, both 2 legs for money line at a minus 108. I like that parlay as well. I think it's conservative, but I do think that it hits. And it's a little bit, you know, you can relax. You don't have to worry about anything too much. Next parlay, over 2.5 Phillips Oliveira fight. Plus the over 2.5 Dan Ige Pitbull fight. The over 2.5 parlay plus 109. I love that parlay. Next parlay, Kevin Holland, Roman Kopylov, and Dustin Poirier, 3-leg plus 237. And then I did the same thing. Next parlay, Kevin Holland, Roman Kopylov, and Max, 3-leg plus 190. You guys can choose which one you guys want, the plus 237 or the plus 190. Obviously, the only difference is Max and Dustin Poirier. Obviously, may the best man win. It's a close fight. May the best man win. And then the last parlay, the one that I love the most, Carly Judas, Islam Dalatulov, Atabak, and Daniel Zellhuber, plus 107, 4-leg parlay. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Let me know if you guys like this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the parlay section, the lock of the week, the bonuses. Do you guys like it, guys? If you guys have a lock of the week, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. The best is blessed, baby. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next one. Best is blessed. Peace. Hey. Peace. Have a great day.